Alright guys, where we going?
Disney World!
Where you going, man?
Disney!
You sure?
Yeah!
Where you going?
Disney World!
Are you sure?
Yeah, we're going to Disney!
Y'all might be going to El Segundo for all you know.
Hi!
Where you going, Boo?
Disney World!
Disney World!
Where you going?
Boca Raton. Oh, I'm sorry. Disney!
Ain't that about nothing, please?
Hi, my name's Jariah, and we're going to Disney World! But first we have to go to a house.
Oh boy.
Wow.
We're going to the...
Hello and welcome to Orlando Family Fun. My name is Melvin. This is my daughter Jay. And we're going to tell you about what we love the most, which is Orlando, Florida. And in particular, the theme parks of Disney and also Universal, SeaWorld, the Holy Land, Fun Park. Pretty much if it's in Orlando, we are going to talk about it. Today, since this is our first episode, we're thinking of maybe appealing to the people who may be going to Universal and to Disney and to all these places for the first time also. So we're going to try to help you do some planning. I'm going to let Jay start because she has a lot of experience in planning, spending money on stuff, and packing. So Jay, what do you think we would need as a Disney vacation or Universal vacation, or people going to both? What would you think?
Okay, one thing that I would definitely say if you're planning on going to all the Disney parks, I would say if you want to buy like ears or like I have a Disney shirt on, if you want to buy any of that stuff, it's a Castle Dream Home Goals shirt. If you want to buy stuff like that, like to wear to the parks, I would definitely say get it before you go, because once you get to the park, like ears like this, we got these from Magic Kingdom, but they were like $24. So I would say definitely get all your Disney gear and Universal gear before you get to the park, because if you try to get it when you get there, it's gonna be some expensive stuff. I would say
something too. Something that's pretty important is get comfortable shoes. Don't go buying brand new shoes the day you're about to leave. Get those shoes broken in a little bit, because your shoes are usually kind of stiff. They usually don't give a lot, and that's the last thing you want to be trying to do on a Disney trip is trying to break in a brand new pair of shoes. Your feet would hate you for it. So definitely get you some shoes and kind of break them in for about a good 3-4 weeks before you take them out.
and girls, you know, we fashionable and stuff, and even guys like teenagers,
I am.
we know like crickets. I know like I wanted to wear like forces and like Harachis and stuff, you know, because we want to look fashionable too. But when you actually really think about it, my family, we get there with, like in the morning when it opens, and we don't leave till it closes. So I know because of coronavirus right now they close really early, so it's not a lot of time like as much as it used to be. But like I would just have to think like getting forces, Jordans, Harachis, like that's just stuff that's gonna really hurt your feet. No matter if you get like insoles or nothing, like it's gonna hurt your feet really bad. So I would say like even though you still want to be like fashionable, get like what I wore. Was it last year? No. 2017 we went. I got I had some all white Rocher runners, and those were actually pretty good. I would say they took a lot longer to get dry. Like when we got on water rides, they took a lot longer. But as far as like if you want to be cute but still be comfortable, those were good shoes. And then I know there's some Nikes out there, like running shoes, basically. They have some cute running shoes out there, but I just don't recommend getting, you know, Jordans or Forces or Harachis, because it's just, if you're like me and want to think about comfort, it's not a good idea.
Definitely good idea, good advice. And what I would also say you want to do, I know people will want to wear tank tops if you're going in the summertime, shorts. If you go in the wintertime, you can still kind of get away with some shorts, probably a long sleeve shirt. Florida, believe it or not, can get cold in the wintertime. I mean, I think this past year they got into the 40s, it might even got into the 30s. So, dress for the occasion. If it's wintertime, definitely take a look at, weather reports for that area. And remember, if you do take a sweatshirt, get one while you're at home, because when you get to Disney, you have to buy a sweatshirt. They're about $60, $70. So, it's a good souvenir, but that's an expensive souvenir. I would also say sunscreen. Take your sunscreen with you. Take one thing that's important also is to take little sandwich bags. You can take a gallon like Ziploc bag. And the reason being is because if you get on water rides or anything like that, you don't want your phone, your electronics to get wet. So it's a good idea just to put those in there, zip them up. They're kept safe. You don't have to worry about them, Splash Mountain or Kali River Rapids messing your stuff up. Another thing that I would say, let's just go with like booking.
Okay.
By the way, you can book at my website, melvincarr.intellitravel.com, and they give you the best rates on Disney Travel, Universal. You can call me. I can get you some good stuff going on. Plus, I can help plan it for you. So that's just a little thing out the way. But anyway, what I would say, depending upon the size of your family, we have a big family. She actually is one of my daughters. I have 4 daughters and a son, plus my wife. So it could be 9 of us going, 7 of us going. They bring friends. It could be more. So you probably want to, in our case, we get a house. We can try to get a 4-bedroom at least. That way everybody can kind of have their own space. They can stretch out. They won't stress out. And if they do, it's not up under you. Because trust me, when you just get from a long day at Disney or Universal or SeaWorld, the last thing you want to do is have a little kid up under you crying. Or you want to rest and somebody wants to play a game or music or whatever. So that's for us. I know that's what we're budgeted for. Believe it or not, houses are about the cost of a regular hotel room. So just something to think about. I do love hotels though. We've done it for so long that it's kind of a nostalgic thing for us. I love the breakfast buffets in a lot of hotels. So definitely, if that's what you want to do, go to a hotel. If you're flying in and you're staying at a Disney hotel, use a Magical Express. Use it now because January of next year it's going to be going away. But they would get your luggage, they would take you to Disney, they would take your luggage to your room, and you could pretty much be on your way to the park and no stress about it or anything. But of course there are shuttle services, there's Ubers, there's
I was
Mears.
about to say, I think if you're like a family who wants to go like you're going to Disney parks, but you decide you want to go like eat at City Walk sometimes or anything like that, I would say think about putting aside money for like Ubers or Lyfts or something, because Disney Magical Express don't go to Universal to take you to City Walk or nothing like that. So keep in mind if you are those types that want to like go out and explore places where the Disney Magical Express don't take you, then to put aside like a stash for getting Ubers or Lyfts.
Most definitely. Also, if you're traveling with kids, Disney, Universal, SeaWorld, they have a lot of rides for kids, but they have a lot of popular rides that aren't for kids. And so when you go, make sure that you know your child's height, and you can check this out before you go. Go to their websites, Disney.com, Universal.com, SeaWorld.com, and check the height requirements, because you don't want a little kid who's looking forward to go ride the Hulk and he's 36 inches tall. They're not going to let him do it. So definitely check those height requirements. That way you don't have a disappointed toddler on your hands. Next thing I would say, it depends on where you're coming from. You might want to fly. You may take a bus, you may take a train, you may drive. We've driven. We're in the Midwest. We've driven. It's a good 22 hour drive. It's kind of fun for me because I like just being with family. But 22 hours in a car with family can be stressful also. So that's one decision you have to make. It's cheaper And plus, we do travel around when we go to Orlando, so I don't have to rent a car. But again, yes, 22 hours in a car.
And
So
we have a big family, like you said, so it's not a lot of room to kind of like stretch out or anything, unless you guys like rent a van before you go or something. But driving is not my favorite. I do love flying, especially getting into the Orlando International Airport. It's like my favorite place. But I mean, driving, it was cool. I actually slept a lot, so I wasn't really up the whole 22 hours, however long it was. But I say if you're the type that, like me, I also have a bad knee. I don't know. It's been like that since I was like 13. And so sitting in a car for that long was like really, really hard to be able to stretch it out and everything. So I say definitely before you think about driving, think about, are you going to be able to sit there, in a car like that for however long
yeah,
you have to drive, because
you got bathroom breaks. You just got a breaks period just for people to be able to get out, stretch, regain their sanity. So it is a lot. But again, it depends on what your budget is. If you can fly, it's obviously probably the best way to go. If people don't mind flying, I know one of our daughters hates flying. So, we kind of battle a lot. We talk about going to Disney. But like you said, Orlando Airport is a very nice airport, very modern. They do have, once you get off an airplane, you do have to take a trolley to get to your baggage. So, some airports, you get off the airplane, you go downstairs, whatever, to the baggage retrieval, and you get your baggage and you go. Orlando, you have to take a shuttle. That will be your first ride. When you get to Orlando, there's a shuttle to get your bag. So, just remember that. And your rental cars are right there also, so you will be able to get your rental car while you're there. It's usually right down around the baggage retrieve, so once you get your bags, the rental car, the places are right there. Yeah, another thing that you want to think about is, of course, when you're there, you got to eat. Disney food, Universal food is about the same price. You're probably gonna spend around, $15 for a meal. And drinks aren't usually come separate. Some do have a kind of a combo, but that's about the price. Now, I will say that their food is a lot. If you get chicken strips, chicken strip meal,
Eight
yeah,
chicken strips and fries.
it's a good size. And so, like our kids have a tendency to
finish
buy.
them.
No, they don't finish them. We have a tendency to take them with them. They can eat them the rest of the day. If you get turkey leg's about $12, but it'll last you pretty much the whole day. One thing you can do, and what we recommend, what we've always done at parks, is we bring food. We usually will eat out. We stop at Chick-fil-A, but we'll just stop somewhere for breakfast. Then once we get in the park, we have brought snacks, fruit, protein bars, water, just something for us to be able to keep our bodies replenished. We try to stay away from a lot of sugary stuff because that in the sun can really make you feel sick.
We learned the hard way.
Yeah, so definitely plan for that. And then in the afternoon, usually around 2 o'clock, we usually try to beat the or get away from the lunch crowd, because the lunch crowd from about 11 to 1 is going to all the restaurants and quick service places, and you're gonna be waiting. So at least you go at 2 o'clock, have a lot better chance to get a seat at least, and then eat your food, and then we may try to get some a little snack later on, and then we eat dinner once we leave the parks. Now, since COVID has hit, Disney, Universal, and SeaWorld are doing more online reservations for food. You can order everything online, order your food, and just go pick it up. So that is pretty handy. You also have to do reservations online, so it's not too many quick service places where you can just walk into and get your food now. A lot of it's requiring online ordering. So that's another thing you want to think about. But definitely take food, though, because it will save you a lot of money, especially water. Water's about $6 a bottle, so definitely take some bottled water. They actually give water away free in a lot of the restaurants. You can give you a cup of water. So that's also a big help and something to kind of help save money.
I would have to say another thing, if you're like me, I like to go buy a whole lot of churros. They have, you know, the churros, and they have all their ice cream bars and everything. Those are also pretty expensive. A churro is just about almost close to buying a chicken nugget or chicken strip meal that they have. So I would say if you're like me, who knows that I'm gonna want to go buy at every park that we go to, I'm gonna want to buy some kind of churro or snack or whatever. Definitely set money aside for that too, because like I said, they cost basically just as much as a meal or close to it. So put money aside for it, because unless you're just gonna use like your souvenir money, like as part of your souvenir money or the snacks, then you can do that. But it's good to have a separate stash of money for it, so that you don't have to worry about, oh, but that's gonna dip into like our dinner for later, that's gonna dip into your souvenir. So that's one thing. And another thing is they have we had got one time at Magic Kingdom these little mac and cheese cups, and they were kind of like, they were probably like this big, and like little cups, but weren't they like $6 or something?
Yeah.
They were $6, but I mean, we ate them. We were all like feeling good afterwards. So that's another thing. If you guys just want, like if you're hungry but you're not super duper hungry yet, and maybe you have like a dinner reservation like reserved later on, so you don't want to eat, then I would say those mac and cheese were good, because they were pretty good size, and they were $6.
Definitely what I would say, take a budget and know your budget and stick to your budget. If not, Disney and these theme parks, they're wallet magnets, and they will draw your money out of your wallet quicker than anything. So definitely budget and try to stick to it. I know sometimes it's kind of hard when, you know, Mickey bars are sitting there, or you can walk past Butterbeer or something like that. It's always an urge. So definitely budget yourself. Try as much as you can. Be disciplined. I would say save right now before you go. Really, you know, months after when you decide you want to go, the best thing to do is start saving money. Because, yeah, again, it's a magnet, and you just never know what you want to buy and what you can buy on an impulse. So definitely just watch yourself. You know, trying to think what else we can talk about for people to get ready to go. Again, the time of the year you go, pack accordingly.
Make
Sunscreen.
a list of what you need, and especially if you're going through like the summer seasons. So like we usually go in the summer around June. I would definitely say look at the weather if you can. When it gets a little bit closer, look up and see what the weather's going to be like, you know, on the days that you're going, because it can get really, really hot out there. And if you don't have like my mom brings baby wipes. I know some people are like, why does she need baby wipes? You shouldn't have any babies. But they're really cool. And so she just gives them to us, and we just kind of wipe all over our face, or just lay them on our forehead, because they help a lot.
It'll cool you down, that's for sure. We stick them in an ice chest, or you can take an ice chest into Disney as long as it's not on wheels, so it's something that you have to carry. But again, that's how we keep our water and everything, and snacks. But yeah, we also, like you say, could put baby wipes in there, because yeah, when you put them in there, they could definitely decrease your body temperature. And also, she was talking about the time of the year. That's also an important thing, because I know some people are kind of a slave to, if they have kids, to their school, and you have to usually go in the summertime or on breaks or anything like that. Just know that's when everybody else has to go too. Yeah, summertime and breaks, summer break. Christmas break is one of the busiest times ever down there. It's probably busier down there in wintertime or during Christmas break than it is in summer. So if you can go to off times, like when school is in, you have shorter lines. But again, I understand if you got kids, you have to go where you can go. If you can't get out, kids out of school, then you have to go, you know, when you can go. One thing about the summertime, remember Florida is kind of a tropical place. In summertime, it rains every day. Some of the rain is maybe 15, 20 minutes, and then it's gone. Sometimes you may get caught in a system, and it may last all day. So just kind of, you can't really, excuse me, you can't really pick the days. Well, not pick the days, but it's kind of hard because they may say it's going to rain, which you're kind of expecting, but it could be part of a cold front, and it's just your whole day is, it's rain. The temperature drops 15, 20 degrees, and next thing you know, you're wet in a cold rain. So, but it happens, and it's one thing you just kind of grin and bear. Usually, the outside of summer is a little drier. It doesn't rain every day. It will rain again because it's a tropical place, but not rain every day. But it's summertime for sure. You're going to get some good thunderstorms that pop up, and then they're gone. So if you do happen to see one, don't get discouraged. Don't go running for the exit. If you have to, go into a building, a restaurant, shopping somewhere, kind of wait it out. Or another good thing to do, if the rides are still open, go to a ride that may be outdoors. Now I know some roller coasters will close down when it rains, especially if there's lightning, thunder and lightning, including a test track at Epcot will also do that. But if you can, it's a good time to hit some rides.
I suggest, like, if you're at Magic Kingdom, like, find something that the queue was fully inside, like Pirates of the Caribbean. As soon as you enter, the queue was fully inside. The whole ride is inside. So, like, if it does rain, like my dad said, don't leave. Like, it's not going to ruin your day. And honestly, if it's super duper hot out there, trust me, it feels really, really good. So, like I said, just find a ride, or maybe that'll be time for you guys to go ahead and go eat. Like, there's stuff to do. Now, if you guys are just that type of family that you weren't planning on staying all day anyway, you'll just wait, come back later, that's fine too. But if you're like my family, we want to go and stay there the entire day, find a ride, find a restaurant. Or I know COVID's going on right now, so there are no shows showing, but usually if COVID wasn't going on, go find a show. Usually, I think one time we got caught in the rain, we went to the festival of the Lion King.
That's where we discovered how good a show it was.
Oh my gosh, I love it
We'd
so
never been there
much.
before, but there was that rainstorm that made us go, and we go there every year now. So every time we go, we have to make sure we hit that show.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think any of the shows are going to be open this time we go, so it makes me really sad. But
Festival of Lion King is going to open in the summer. They've already announced that.
Like
But they
when we
haven't.
go?
Well, they haven't given a specific date, so that's the thing. But it is supposed to open this summer.
I hope it opens before we go, because I really, really like it. I love The Lion King.
Yeah. And one other thing to think about is especially if you've been there before, you may have traditional hotels that you like to stay in at Disney. All the Disney hotels are not open right now. It's probably maybe half. So when you go or when you start planning, make sure that the hotel that you're looking for is open. If not, just look for a different one. I think pretty much all the Universals may be open. I had to check to make sure. But then, like I said, there's a lot of hotels around Kissimmee, along I-Drive, throughout Orlando that have hotels, have homes. So, you will find a place to stay. Whatever your budget is, you're going to find a place to stay. Food-wise, you're going to find food because everything there from McDonald's to the nicest steakhouse was there. So whatever your palate is, you're going to find something to eat. If you do have a home, if you get a home, you rent one. There's Target, there's Walmart, there's Publix, so you can get groceries to fill it out. You don't have to worry about finding a meal every day. You just make your meal, and in the long run, that's cheaper.
We usually make breakfast on our off days.
Yeah, and that's pretty nice. Well, do you think anything else we talk about on this first initial show that we have? We're going to get to the parks on a later show. Maybe the next show we'll talk about one of the theme parks and kind of go through the rides from them. But at least we want to get everybody going, especially if it's your first trip. Be excited because it's the most fun you're going to have in the world. There's always something to do.
Especially if you like rides.
Especially like rides.
Even for people who aren't like an adrenaline junkie, like my dad and my big sister are adrenaline junkies.
Love the coasters.
Not. So, like, I'm like half and half. Like, they're on the side where they like to ride like the Hulk and Ripper Rocket and like all the biggest roller coasters out there. And I'm the type that's like, I can do Mount Everest. I can do Splash Mountain. Like, I can do like the mild things, but there is something out there for everybody, for the babies up to the grown folks. So
Yeah.
and also I would say before you go, I'm not gonna pull up on my phone because my phone's slow, but download the Universal Orlando app and the My Disney Experience app, because those will save you a lot. I know people like my dad, they like to get the maps, like the paper maps anyway, because those are kind of souvenirs.
Because I'm old is what she's saying.
But I like the app because I can look at the map, and also they have the wait times on it too. So
Yes. They do have the wait times, and that's
you
very
can
handy.
see that.
And again, that's how you will also reserve your do your mobile ordering for your food is through the app. So you definitely want to download those.
You can also do, like, if you guys want to go to Cinderella's Royal Table or be our guest, or like something that requires like a reservation or something. I think you can do it off your app too. I should probably figure that out, because I think we were talking about going to be our guest. So
Yeah, and you
probably figure
can.
that out.
All that should be reserved for Disney World right now. You can do it 180 days out, which is pretty cool because it used to be 60 days. So you can do 180 days out to reserve your tables, sit-down restaurants. Also, some of the special events and stuff, you can also reserve them on your Disney app too. So definitely keep that in mind. If you have any kind of special orders, like if you need gluten-free meals, if you low-carb diets, whatever, keto, they have stuff for that too. So, go and enjoy yourself. One thing I will say before we leave is when you go, know that you're going to a place where tens of thousands of people are trying to do the same thing you're doing. So have patience. Know that you're not going to do everything that you want to do on this one trip unless you're going to stay there a month. So just kind of pick out some things that you know you want to do, and then those are things you try to hit, and then everything else is just gravy after that. But be patient. Everybody there is trying to have fun, so just have fun with them, kind of roll with the punches, and you have a good time. So, for Orlando Family Fun, I think we're going to call this a day. Please subscribe to our channel. And if you like this video, hit the like button and hit that bell notification button. That way when we do another video, it will be noted to you. So you guys have a great evening. We love you guys, and we will see you at the parks.